Getting ready for the holidays while living in a van can be a very exciting thing to do, and sometimes it can be very stressful as well. But before I'm going to that, I want to tell you about a really fun Christmas that I had a few years ago. And this would be you would be interested in this if you have a few adults and they have everything, and what are you going to get them, that kind of thing. So what we did was there were uh, eight of us. There were eight of us, and we drew names. So we only had to buy for one person, and we this was back when a dollar store was actually a dollar. It's $1.25, $1.50, up to $5 now, but it was only a dollar, and you had to buy from the dollar store, and you couldn't buy more than 10 items. And if you bought a bag, that was a dollar. So then you could only buy 9 items. And we had so much fun with that because what can you buy at the dollar store? I mean, I think everybody got duct tape, a few hammers, pair of socks, and just really crazy things so we could all just laugh about it. That was an inexpensive, absolutely fun way to have Christmas for adults. And then of course we had the kids. So, but anyway, that was just a fun thing I wanted to tell you about that we had, that maybe you could use that in your own life too if you have a lot of adults, and maybe it's a Christmas where you don't have a lot of cash and you don't want to put it all on credit cards and do stupid stuff like that. So there's that. But getting ready for, I haven't gotten, I'll do another video after I got ready. This is how I get ready for having the holidays while living in a van. There's a few things actually, and that is meeting up with people. Now I actually am going to be having some of the parts of the holidays with family. But if you live on the road and you don't have family that you're going to go to or friends, then there are meetups for van lifers and RVers, mostly in the Southwest because of the weather. I'm not sure. A lot of them in BLM land, and a good amount of them in Quartzsite, because that's where so many van lifers and RVers go during the holidays. They have things like Thanksgiving for van lifers, that you can have meetups. The long-term areas in Quartzsite have special things that go on during those times like that. And they have something special for Christmas as well. New Year's Eve is another holiday that there are a lot of different places throughout all of Quartzsite where people meet up and celebrate New Year's Eve. So if you're living on the road and you don't have a home base to go to with friends and family, then living on the road, there are a lot of other options for you to be able to meet with people, so you don't have to spend the holidays by yourself. I have had the opportunity to spend some holidays by myself, and that's okay, because the older you get, the more is just another day, but still it's nice to have family and friends to be around. So those are things that you can do if you don't have a place to go. Another thing that you have to think about getting ready for the holidays is, how do you decorate your van or your RV? Because for me, I have very little room in here, very little room. And not only that, but you can't really put out a lot of stuff, because every time you drive, you'd have to take them all down and put them somewhere else, because they're going to go flying all around. These lights that I have up here, these are not actually Christmas lights, but I can get bulbs with different colors in them. And in the past, I have strung lights around. I have a little Christmas tree that's like this tall, and I have some fall flowers that I hang from different places up here. But you also got to keep in mind that I can't carry a whole lot of Christmas decorations or fall decorations in my van. I just don't have room for them. So I have a few that are they mean something to me. They're kind of sentimental. And I do have a little Christmas tree. It's about this tall, and I can Velcro it. I can Velcro it so I can leave it there. But I mean, it doesn't have lights or gifts or anything under it. There's nothing really you can do on the outside of your van unless you're going to be parked for in a specific spot for um, you know a reasonable amount of time, and then you can string some lights and those kind of things. But I've never done that because I'm never in the same place long enough. And again, once I do that, where am I going to put all the stuff afterwards? Quite often I just get my decorations from the dollar store, or some of the lights I get, you can get the little ones for like $4 at Walmart or whatever, because after Christmas or after the holidays, and then I have to find a place for them, and the ones I can't keep, which are most of them, then I donate or I have to give away. So I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on Christmas decorations. So I'll be planning that out here shortly. I need to dig out. I have one little bag in the back about this big that has all my Christmas decorations in it, and I can't quite remember what they are. So I got to go get those out so I can tell. So what about gifts? If you want to send gifts, or people want to send you gifts, then how does that whole thing work when you're living on the road? Well, there are places. Well, Amazon is a great example, because you can buy gifts on Amazon to send someplace, and you can buy the gift wrap thing. They'll wrap them for you and put it. So you can send them that way. So if you're living on the road and you want to send gifts to somebody, then that's an excellent way to do it. If you're more of the kind of person that you want to go into a store and buy things and do it kind of a little more personally, then that's great too. You're going to need to, obviously wrap them and mail them for wherever you happen to be. There are other ways to do that too. I think like in my TikTok shop, for instance, they'll do some kind of wrapping. And there are other places too that will do that. So, keep that in mind. But what about if you're living on the road and somebody wants to send you a gift? Well, that's a little more complicated because you don't actually have an address. You can have the gift sent to general delivery at the post office, wherever you happen to be. Keep in mind, however, that during that time of year, it's going to be harder to get for them to send them and you to go be able to pick them up, because the post offices are going to be so busy. So you don't want any, for sure, don't want any last minute things to happen, by sending them that way. So you don't have to get gifts. But there are other ways too. You can send electronic gift cards, or they can send you electronic gift cards. There are a lot of different options now, especially with technology. So you don't have to be alone for the holidays. You don't have to, worry about getting gifts for people. And at the beginning of this live, and I talked about having that really fun way to do it, especially for a bunch of adults that it's silly and crazy to buy for each other. Then that's also a fun thing to do. So I'm not ready yet. And I'm not going to be spending all of the holidays on the road, just so I will have some family time and some in-person things, but not all of it. If you are living on the road, then there's some ideas for you. If you're not living on the road, then you'll know now what we do when we live on the road during the holidays, and be sure to send us all a gift, right? In my description, I have some links for some great things, because this is Wednesday, but Black Friday has already started. Do you know that? Go check out my link for Set Power USA for mini fridges. It's a great one. Anyway, I got to go get ready for the holidays, because Thanksgiving is coming right up next week. And I have no place to cook a turkey, but maybe I'll find one somewhere else. So until tomorrow, have a good one.